this is Travelers here, and this is part 3 of the What If Kuwabara trained with genkai. How strong would he be? Part 3. So we're gonna skip the Toguro because we already did it part 2. So if you guys haven't seen those, if you haven't seen part 1 or 2, go to part 1 and 2 and watch them, and you'll see. So this is part 3, and we're going to start of the Dark Tournament. Toguro, after a while, Toguro starts, sorry, not Toguro, sorry. Yusuke and Keiko in the main timeline, they do the same thing they did in the main timeline. They go to the store or something on a date, and movies or something, and then they go, then they hear a big boom, and people are like scared and stuff, like before. So Yusuke checks it out and sees a big punch. He sees a big hole on the side of the building. He is very nervous, looking at who did this. And then he sees a motorcycle. A motorcycle appears. A man on the motorcycle appears, and he looks at Yusuke and says, "Follow me." Then he follows him, and he takes off his helmet and he reveals himself as Toguro. But in the main, and so, but Toguro, sorry, not Toguro, but Kuwabara walks around, and this is just a what if I'm gonna do. This is like Kuwabara probably walked right in. Sorry, sorry. Whoo ha. He walked and he saw Keiko, and he looked at Keiko and said, "Where's your Meshi?" He said, "Your Meshi is with some motorcycle dude." He said, "Motorcycle dude?" He says, "I don't know. I'm kind of nervous for him." So Kuwabara says, "I'll take a good look. I'll take a look and see if he's okay." And Keiko says, "Thank you, Kuwabara," and he says, "No problem." And he walks to where Kuwabara, he uses his spiritual sense and sends this Yusuke's power energy or spiritual energy. So when he gets there, he sees not just Yusuke, but he sees Toguro. He is shocked to see Toguro alive, wondering, why is he alive? I thought we killed both Elder Toguro and Toguro. Nope. Not even close. Not even halfway close. Kuwabara trained his butt off. Not Kuwabara, but sorry. Toguro was way too strong. Even though Kuwabara trained more than he did in the main canon, he still was no match for Toguro. Even with Yusuke together, they were no match for Toguro. So he sees Toguro and he tells him the same bullcrap, the same thing. He says the same thing, that the Dark Tournament, and they have to get stronger in order to defeat him. And yep, that still happens. And then he sees and then Toguro actually said that he was holding back the first time they fought. They said, but you were pretty strong. I mean, you were like really close to our level. He said, you think I was, but I wasn't. I was holding back a lot of my power. And there's so he shows like 30 or 20% of his power. And they're freaking shocked to see how strong he is. There were no close to him. Nowhere close. He breaks the buildings. around him, and it destroys. It just falls on him. Yusuke actually is still alive. Really? Yeah. Toguro looked at Yusuke, but in this timeline, Kuwabara looked up, tried to find Yusuke, and said, "You're Meshi, you right?" He said, "Kuwabara, why are you here?" He says, "I saw everything." He says, "Oh," and Toguro looked at Kuwabara and said, "Oh, Kuwabara. Ah, you must be Kuwabara. You're Meshi. You both need to get stronger. And your friends. And that demon guy. And I know you have another companion there too. All your friends need to get strong." He says, that you guys need to get stronger. He said, "Okay." He looked at him and was like, and Yusuke says, "Yes." He says the same thing. He's like, "Idiot. He's gonna kick your stupid little ass." Like he said in the main timeline. So, Kuwabara's like, "I know. That guy is so strong. You're meshing. I thought we had him. And I guess not." But then after those months, the start of the training of the genkai tournament starts. He actually not asked Kuwabara. Actually, he didn't ask Genkai to train him anymore. Actually, well, he did. He asked him to train him a little bit. Train him. But then he asked not just Genkai and all that other stuff to train. He said he actually brings up a good idea. And this timeline, Kuwabara is actually smarter in this timeline because he's actually strategizing and using his brain instead of his muscle a little bit more. And he's using his head more than his body, his fists. So, yeah. And his heart, brother. He says that, why don't we use all of our guys to train? Like Kurama and Hiei. They're so strong that we can actually help. Hiei doesn't like that. He doesn't like that at all. He says, why do I need to train with weak little humans? With a fool. And Kuwabara says, well, if I'm really a fool, if I'm really a fool, if we train together, it won't be foolish when we both get stronger together instead of being apart. He says, look what me and Kuwabara, if I'm really a fool, look how strong me and Yusuke gotten after a couple months of training. Hiei looks and he starts and says, use your head. He said, think about it, Hiei. Hiei thinks about it and he realizes it's true. He realized that if he does actually train with Yusuke and Kurama and Kuwabara, they all can get stronger together with Genkai. So they said, can you train all of us? We can train with each other and we can learn techniques from each other and hone our skills. Yep. Genkai actually agrees. And Kuwabara actually doesn't. Genkai, even though she does agree, Genkai thinks about it and says, he looks at it and smiles and says, that's pretty smart idea, Kuwabara. I never thought you would be that. That's a pretty smart idea. He says, that's pretty brilliant. He says, thanks, Genkai. So they do it, and they train, and trust me, they are much stronger. Kuwabara actually asks Hiei if he can learn some swordsmanship from Hiei. Hiei actually, now he knows that he needs to take out his demon stubborn pride and accept friendship. Like he's like Vegeta. He's like Vegeta. He's stubborn headed. He has his pride and all that stuff. But now he realizes that he needs to take that pride out. So Hiei did for once in his life, did that. And helped Kuwabara train with his spirit sword. And Kurama too. Kurama helped him learn how to dodge and learn how to dodging and stuff a little bit more. And Genkai helped him train with his hand-to-hand combat. And all these guys learned a lot of cool things from all this training they gotten. So after that couple months, they all don't, they all walk right next to Genkai, Yusuke, Kuwabara, and Kurama. All walk up next to Genkai, and still has his mask on, and they walk on the ship, and with no problem. I think Kuwabara is much stronger, Yusuke is much stronger, Kurama is much stronger, and Hiei is much stronger. Now knowing that he has gotten a lot stronger too, yeah. And Kuwabara even said that there's going to be a big tournament. This is going to be a big fight. We all need to rest up and be careful. Rest up. And Kuwabara and Yusuke still falls asleep like he did in the main timeline. But they all bonded over that couple months. Over those couple months, they bonded and they realized that the only way they can get stronger is together. Is training together. And Kurama improved a lot. And you'll see when he first fights in this tournament, in the dark tournament, he'll be much stronger. So yes, the demons still attack, and yeah, Kuwabara and frickin' Hiei all of them are just they're just kicking, they just take him out with no problem. They even suppress their power. They learn how to sense power too. So even Hiei learned a little bit of sensing power, and even Yusuke learned how to sense power when he was training. So he learned actually, and here's a different thing. Yusuke learned meditation. That learned how to use his senses around him, use his spiritual power to sense people, sense the power level. He's actually really good at it, like Kuwabara is, and so is Hiei and Kurama. So yeah, so they take out all those weak demons, and the pirate guy is pissed. He's like, oh no, they beat my demons. It's over, I guess. So yeah. So they continue they go into the island, and they kept on training Hiei and Kuwabara, and Yusuke and Kurama helped train to each other, and they spar, and they kept training, honing their fighting skills, and their rose whips, and their weapons and stuff, spiritual weapons as well, increasing a little bit more. Even increasing more. When they first start their fight, Kuwabara is nowhere. Kuwabara would definitely take out the yo-yo guy. The guy who plays with yo-yos. He just takes him out with no problem. No problem. No problem at all. Now, Kurama, with his whatever thing he did with that guy with the paint. Yeah, no problem. He takes him out. He takes out the guy with no problem. All the other guys with no problem. So, Hiei takes out his opponent, no problem. And they advance. No problem with that. So in the second round, he fights Renki. Kuwabara actually doesn't lose his power, but he remembers, like before, he actually learns how to channel his emotion, learning how to tap into that emotion and awakening his power, awakening and caring about other people. And actually, when they were training before the Dark Tournament, even Hiei learned a little bit of it, but he was stubborn-headed to understand it. Kurama understood it. He actually got stronger by unlocking his hidden power, because he just remembers if he loses the Dark Tournament, people get hurt, and awaken a hidden power inside Kurama, which automatically made him much stronger. So, when he fought that guy, the first round. Now the second round, he took care of it, no problem. And after the third round, the teacher, the same thing happens, but he takes less damage. Genkai would instead take over before anyone else, and Kuwabara tells him, don't kill them. They're not bad people. That guy is controlling him. And Genkai says, I'll try my best not to. And she did the same thing, and those dark things from their backs came out. And that doctor turned into a demon. Kuwabara, Genkai just shotgun blasted him and killed him instantaneously. No big deal. So, the rest of the tournament goes on following, and, the dark mist happens. That guy with the cloak, that never happened. Oh yeah, that never happened. Kuwabara actually takes out one of the other people. He takes out the guy before that happens. Like, in the main timeline, he tried to rush him, and he gets caught in with a cloak, and gets, transported somewhere else. That never happens in this canon. What if canon? Kuwabara understands his weaknesses and tries to learn from the opponents he had fought in, and he actually figured out the trick, and he actually beats him and effortlessly. So, yes. So all the other guys are easy. Yeah, the guy with the flames, that happens. Kuwabara, he still uses the Dragon of the Darkness Flames, but he actually much stronger, because he wants to try it out, because he would try it out anyway. People say, oh, then he wouldn't have to use, and people look at me and people say, that means he won't use the Dragon of Darkness Flames. Wrong. He would still do that, because he knows he would still do it, even if in this what if. He would still use the Darkness Flame. And he loses control and kills one of the flame guys instantaneously, because the Dragon of the Darkness Flame is much stronger now in this what if than in main canon. So, in preparation, he learns, and all the other matches perfectly done. Yeah, pretty much good. Taking care of it. So they go to the main timeline. Hiei realize, Kuwabara and Hiei look at each other, and they see that his hands on, burned really bad. Kuwabara says, you need to learn how to control that Dragon of the Darkness Flames. And, no. And he does. Kuwabara actually says, you want to train, and all those other matches go the same, like in the original timeline. Sorry, and all those matches, all those rounds before happened, but easier now, much easier. So in this match, the clown guy, whatever that guy, the beautiful clown dude, gives him the tri-sword, and kuwabara, and Hiei uses and Kurama gets the elixir where he becomes the demon Yoko Kurama. Yes, that never happened. This is gonna be the first time he's gonna use it, because whatever. Well, I don't think he uses it, so, but he does, and he tries it out, and he takes a drink, and he actually, well, actually, you know what? Sorry, I'm gonna have to do a backtrack. Sorry, I'm gonna have to backtrack everything. So, you know that guy with the mist? That still happens, and he does become Yoko Kurama, but he is actually much stronger than the main canon, because he trained with Kuwabara, Hiei, and Genkai, all trained together, so he's much stronger. This is a stronger Yoko Kurama than before. Way stronger, more powerful. Yeah. This is gonna be amazing. So, that happens. So, yeah, let's go forward on what I was trying to say. He gives him the elixir, and everything is, and he gives him the elixir, and they train, and Kuwabara actually trains with Hiei and Yusuke. Hiei, and not Hiei and Yusuke, because Genkai goes to the cave where he goes to the cave where he gets the spirit orb wave power of Genkai spirit orb. Yep, that still happens. So yeah, that still happens. Everything goes the same, but this time, Kurama asks Kuwabara if you want to train with the. He says, "Oh, you see, so." So in the main timeline, Kuwabara, Hiei, and Kurama trained by themselves. But now in this timeline, they trained together, and they got stronger together. And they actually got much stronger together than before. So Hiei Kurama asks Kuwabara and Hiei if they want to train together to learn how to control their powers, the new weapons. They're like, okay. So they do, and they train with each other, and they help each other how to control. So Kuwabara and Kurama help Hiei learn how to help him control his Dragon of the Darkness flame, like in the main timeline, and they all help each other, and they get so much stronger. So I'm really in. So when they get there, Kuwabara is so much stronger. Now he's not like 1,000. He's probably 2,000. And Kurama and Hiei are almost up to 198. 1,985. Both. So, Kuwabara kept on training, and with his power, they all together with their base spiritual power. And Yusuke is stronger now. He's probably at the 3,000s. Probably stronger now as well. I can't I'm not going to put the stats on how strong they're going to be, because it's going to be a long one. I'm just saying that Yusuke is probably much stronger than Kuwabara. Still is stronger, but Kuwabara is actually closer. And Hiei is getting closer too. So they're all getting stronger together. Yeah, they're much stronger. So yeah. So the Dark Tournament starts. Kuwabara no. Let's just start with Hiei. He starts with that axe dude and unleashes his. He masters the Fist of the Mortal Flame like in the original timeline, but even faster, even stronger before. He just wails him at him, beats the hell out of him, and then the axe dude takes off his armor and he unleashes his power. Kuwabara. So they blast him, and they start fighting, and he gets hurt. He gets hurt a little bit, but it doesn't like phase him, not that much. But he unleashes his not sword, dummy. His Dragon of the Darkness Flame, and he actually absorbs the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, and he's actually much stronger than the main canon, because you see that when he trained with Genkai and Yusuke and Kurama and Kuwabara, he actually got stronger. His spirit of the Dragon of the Darkness Flame got stronger as well, with his spiritual power, too. So yeah, he just one hits Ben and just knocks him down, like kills Ben. Kills the other guy, and he walks off. And that guy, and that maiden girl still comes around and tries to capture Genkai and Hiei, but Hiei they trust Kuwabara, Yusuke, and Kurama. So Kurama fights the other guy, and he totally whips him. With his base power, he warms up with his base power, suppressing his power, and just suppressing it a little bit, not going all out yet. He just wants to test out his power. So he does, and then he says that he finally transforms into Yoko Kurama for the first time, and he wipes the floor with him. Yeah. Kuwabara this time. Oh yeah, and this time Kuwabara is much stronger now than he was in the main timeline. Much stronger. His fighting style techniques are perfect. His fighting techniques are amazing. His swordsmanship by Hiei that trained him on swordsmanship, how to use his spirit sword correctly, like an extension of his arm, he learned. He mops the floor, and the training he got from Kurama and Hiei, training with the tri-sword and helping him learn how to control it, he had mastered. And people say, oh wait a second, what about the double spirit sword? He still does, but he didn't have to use him in the main timeline, in this timeline, because he didn't have to. So he did learn double spirit sword, if you guys wanted to know. Yes. But he didn't have to use it. So he mastered the spirit sword, the tri-sword, and he just wipes the floor with him, smashing him and destroying him. Cool. But Elder Girl gets panicked. He gets wiped the floor with him, but Elder Girl comes back up and says, and then taunts him with spirit about Genkai, because Genkai did die he did die in this what if. That still happens, and he mocks him, and he remembers Yusuke and Kuwabara and all this stuff in Genkai, and he gets mad, he gets upset, and a hidden power awakens in Kuwabara again. Another hidden power, a layer of power just awakens inside of him, which gives him a power boost. and he uses his spirit sword shotgun and did the same thing, obliterates him, cuts him in half. But Elder Goro said, you can't cut me in half. And Kurogoro says he does the same thing he did in the main timeline, but it's stronger. And he says, I heard what you said to Goro, and yeah, I shouldn't, but I'm gonna smash you to pieces. He says, yeah, I don't know where your organs are, but I'm gonna smash every one at the same time. But in this timeline, in this what if timeline, once he used his fly swatter, Elder Toguro is dead. Yeah, Elder Toguro in this timeline is dead. He is much more powerful, and the impact really killed Elder Toguro. Now, I'm gonna say is that in the end, but then we get to the Yusuke versus Toguro match. We all wanted to see it. All wanted it to happen. Now, Toguro is strong. No hints about it. Yusuke is strong too, as well.